It's the 18th of May and this is the Mobile Tech Addicts Show. Hello and welcome to the Mobile Tech Addicts Show. I'm your host Gareth and I'm walking you through what's new and interesting in the world of technology in the UK this week. Evan Blass has put out a tweet that the Nexus 6 will probably not be. Recently we saw a reference to the Nexus 6 and the Nexus 8 in some Chromium source code. However, he disagrees with that and says that we will be seeing something with a silver lining fairly soon. Obviously, this year there's due to be another Nexus shake-up with the Nexus 5 being refreshed in some way, so we should hopefully be seeing something new this year in the way of Project Silver. Over on the site, Matt has unboxed and had a play with the HTC One Mini2, the refresh of the One Mini last year that is more in keeping with the HTC One M8. The specifications for the HTC One Mini2 aren't spectacular. We were hoping for so much more. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 1.2 GHz quad-core processor, 16 GB of ROM and 1 GB of RAM, 4G compatible, only a singular camera on the back unlike the HTC One M8's dual camera. However, that rear camera is 13 megapixels and it has a front-facing 5 megapixel camera, which is pretty decent for your typical selfies. We were expecting an awful lot more from HTC whenever it comes to the specifications of this device. The HTC One M8 was a very high-end device, and this being a mini version of it, although it's not quite so mini, does seem to have the specifications diminished quite considerably. Phone Arena has managed to get their hands on some leaked images of a Samsung Galaxy S5 Prime, or at least they're hoping it's the Samsung Galaxy S5 Prime. This is the much rumoured all-metal construction high-end version of the Samsung Galaxy S5. Whether or not it comes with a specification upgrade is unknown at the moment. However, people are speculating online that it'll have 3 GB of RAM, a 2.5 GHz quad-core 805 Snapdragon processor, and a 5.2-inch 2560 by 4400 display. Obviously this would go in at the top of the market, given that the Samsung Galaxy S5 is already a fairly expensive piece of kit. A Prime version of it would be even more expensive, and I think that would be a wee bit off-putting to some people. You have to check and see which materials you really want your phone made out of, especially with a beefy spec upgrade as rumoured. We can't imagine too many people will be rushing out to buy this, given that most people have already bought a Samsung Galaxy S5. Over at Amazon, they have added Grand Theft Auto San Andreas to their catalogue, which is available for the Kindle and for the Fire TV. You can get that for, it works out about £4.49 or 99, I can't remember which. However, given the amount of coins that are available through various deals and things, you can pick it up for free. If you were to buy it, Amazon will drop 2,000 coins into your account, which will get you started on the ways to building quite an app collection for your Fire TV or Kindle. It seems like forever since it was first rumoured that Google was going to be putting PayPal transactions into their App Store. However, they've finally done it, and it must be, I don't know how many years, quite a lot since that was first touted. In a small update to the Play Store, Google have rammed in a new option for payment that takes you to your PayPal account. Makes it very simple, very easy. You've probably got all your credit cards and debit cards registered on on your PayPal account already, so it makes absolute sense. Now, I used it this morning. The update hasn't rolled out to everyone yet. It seems to be staggered in such a way. However, there are links online to be able to get the APK, which will replace your current Play application. Back to Evan Blass. EV-Links has leaked some press shots of the new LG G3, and the more eagle-eyed of folk will have noticed on the back of it there is a new sensor. This turns out to be a laser sensor that allows you to take a better picture. Not much is known about it yet, but of course there are rumours everywhere as to how laser sensors will increase image sensitivity. We will have to wait until May 27th until we get something official about it. However, that's not that far away, and hopefully we'll be on site. Arcos have announced they will be making an Arcbook. which is essentially a laptop or a netbook, if you like, that runs Android. Much like the HP 14 Slatebook and the Asus Transformer, essentially, this is an Android device that does not have a detachable keyboard. For what is essentially a Chromebook running Android, this is a fairly low spec device with a low price tag as well. If you have a look at these specs here, it does seem that it's going to have a 10.1 inch capacitive multi-touch screen. It runs Android 4.2, it's got a gig of RAM, only an 8GB SSD, a full-sized USB port, a micro SD card slot, and of course the all-important full-sized keyboard. Arcbook, who have been making peripherals for Android tablets and iOS devices for years, have obviously noticed that their keyboards are selling quite well and decided that it's probably a good idea to make an Android tablet with a non-detachable keyboard. Makes quite a bit of sense, I suppose. There are people who do want Android in a laptop format, and we have seen them at the back of catalogues made by strange manufacturers that you've never heard before, and they have indeed sold. So they've taken a bit of a gamble and put this out at a very low price, which will have no real effect on their company if it flops. However, they are one company that does like to take risks. They were one of the first companies to put Android on a tablet back in the days of gingerbread, and they sold rather well. They broke rather quickly, but they sold rather well. And finally, online retailer Very have listed the Samsung Chromebook 2 for UK purchase. It's priced at £250, and it is merely the 2GB version. This is the cheapest version that is available online at the moment, although it is way ahead of the UK launch date for the Samsung Chromebook 2, so we're taking this with a pinch of salt. At £250 does seem to be quite expensive, however it does have that slightly better processor inside it. Alright, if you want to get in touch with us, you can by emailing us at gareth@tracyandmatt.co.uk, or you can follow me on Twitter at Gareth Miles. You can follow the site at Tracy and Matt, and of course you can visit the site at www.tracyandmatt.co.uk. We'll be back next week with another collective of news, so take care and we'll see you then.